Good afternoon, everybody. How are we doing today? We're going to be trying out a few new decks. Right now we are running a fearsome mid-range, playing against some kind of mid-range frostbite control, possibly running yaks. But yeah, we're just going to be streaming for about 30 minutes today, kind of get a feel for how Streamlabs is running, and also getting a little bit of practice for when we officially launch. So sit back, enjoy the show. I'm going to try my best to explain what's going on as it's happening. Feel free to comment, let me know if I miss anything. So this fearsome deck is focused around Hecarim, which we're going to be running 3 of. We only have 2 right now. We're waiting on a little more shards to come through. Hey, thanks, Scott. I appreciate you. So yeah, we're waiting for some more shards to come through before we get our 3rd Hecarim. In the meantime, we got 3 Elise. And the idea is to win them, try our best to control the early game, and then we're going to close it out towards the middle. And if it goes late game, then we're gonna close it with Edros. All right, what do we want to do here? What do we want to do? I'm going to put some elusive down. If they can't deal with that right away, that's going to guarantee us at least 2 to 4 to 6 damage while we set up our board. And really we're trying to get to turn 6. Hopefully we can get our Hecarim to stick, and then at that point we just kind of out-resource them. Grasp of the Undying, drain 3 from a unit, so he's going to try to take out our elusive. We really have no way to deal with that, so we kind of just have to let that happen. That's fine. The way I look at it, we get 5 mana worth of resource for 3. We also got a card draw out of it, so I'm happy with that trade. We're just going to swing for 2 and save our spider for a blocker in the future. So this game works a lot different if anybody's coming over from Hearthstone. We actually have the option to choose blockers, which makes saving creatures a lot more valuable. And oftentimes some blocking can just win games. If you can stall long enough to get your piece that you need to close out a game. Or we'll even save these blockers so that we can set up for cards like Black Spear, which require one of our allies to have died this round, and then we can deal with easy 3 to another creature. 5 mana, 1 in storage. We don't have too many options. I'm going to lead with the Mist Wraith. It'll pass turn. Oh, that was a misplay. I should have dropped Frenzied Skitterer. I was trying to get one more creature out of him, but he already spent all his mana. So misplay. Now we're looking at a 5/5 and a 1/2. Easy choice here, and then we'll use our 1/1 to block 5 damage. We don't lose any creatures. We're in a good spot. I don't really want to save. So I have the option to save my mana right here, which will carry over up to 3 to the next round. I'm thinking that board presence is going to be a little more important than saving that mana. Even with the deny in hand. Even with the deny in hand. I'm just hoping that he doesn't have anything to answer Hecarim right away. Leap of faith. Leap of faith. Again, shout out to Snowman for the 50 Ember donation. I really appreciate that. That is our first donation. You've officially set this in motion. We will remember you when we make it big. Hecarim hits the board. Frostbite slows us down a little bit. I'm a little hesitant to swing a 0/6, even though he generates 2 3/2 attackers when he attacks. I don't know how badly I just want to throw away Hecarim. We do have some follow-up turn 8. We can stall. I think we're just going to swing with our 3s. And if we can pick off, let's see what he does here. Easy trade, easy trade. I think I'm going to drop Burst of Vials on our Mist Wraith. It's going to give him +3/+3. That means we'll trade into this Ava Rosen Hearthguard, and we're going to end up getting that kill. So let's see what he does here. Interesting. So he actually glimpse Beyond, which he kills one of his allies, draws 2, but then he actually doesn't end up killing my unit. So I don't know what he was thinking there. I'm happy he made that decision though. We're in a really good position. Coming into turn 7. Not really too worried about anything that he's going to be doing this turn. Right now we're planning on dropping Commander Ladros, turn 8, and whenever you play this creature, you cut the enemy Nexus health in half. So Vengeance, we're going to counter that. It's a good thing we saved that counter. That's an easy play. He's got no mana, he's got a pass, and he might have just lost himself the game. But yeah, like I was saying, we're going to play Commander Ladros. It's a surrender. He knew it. He knew it was coming. It's a good start to a stream. 1 win right out the gate. Feels good. Did we get our quest complete? 200. I might have already completed it, actually. Let's check here. Quests. No? This has been the most frustrating quest for me today. Brave the Shadows. Hit your opponent's Nexus with elusive units 10 times. I even made a deck with all of the elusive creatures that I have in my collection, and it's been a nightmare. So we just need to hit the Nexus one more time with an elusive unit, and we can get that 1000 XP. And we're trying to do it with one of my competitive decks so that I don't have to play some junk elusive deck that I threw together. We'll see. This could take all day. Snowman, can you hear me? see what we got. So we got our elusive. We got our elusive. If I could talk. Glimpse Beyond, I don't see a need for it right now. We got a solid 2. We got a solid turn 3. Keeping the elusive, which normally I would probably get rid of because I already got a slot for my 3. But I'm trying to get this quest done, so we're going to keep it. Not a bad card, and we got a good curve into turn 4. We're looking good. We're looking good. And a turn 1. Okay. Really nice looking curve here. That's 1 free damage. Every little bit counts. Pass and turn to the opponent. And we are playing Noxus Shadow, so we can expect some aggression. I don't think I've seen any other kind of Noxus Shadow combination. And it is. We're dealing with Noxus Shadow Elise spiders. So if we win the early game, it's a pretty easy finish. And right now with our curve, I'm feeling pretty good. We even drew into the Hecarim. So we have our mid-game presence. That Fearsome will not let us block unless we have a creature with 3 or more power. I'm not willing to trade my 3-2 into that 2-1, so we're going to take the 2. That's fine. I'm fine with that. And the Rasa. Okay. Good. We got early game covered, mid game looking good, and now our late game finishers are starting to show up in our hands. So we're feeling pretty good. Really, man, I'd like to get this quest done. But for me, the stronger play is the Frenzied Skitterer. Whenever Frenzied Skitterer enters the battlefield, give other allied spiders +1. So we're boosting our Arachnoid Horror, and all of your opponent's creatures get -1. He plays a creature with no block that can't block. That's an easy 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage coming through. And if we're lucky, he's going to block our Hapless Aristocrat, which we'll take that trade all day. I don't think he's going to. Oh, he got a spell. He got a spell. Oh, the Glimpse Beyond. Okay. That's fine. We got a lot of damage just go through. Going into turn 4, he's already at 11. Man, we're in a really good spot. So we're going to chump block. We don't want to take the 3. We don't have to. We got a creature that when it dies, it just spawns another creature. So, and since we're not going to kill this, I'm going to block, negate the damage. Ooh, this is tough. Do I want card draw or do I want board presence? Since I'm not worried about a board wipe coming from this combination of deck, Shadow, Noxus, I think we're gonna take board presence. I don't see him wiping the board with anything. See what kind of shenanigans he's got here. Glimpse Beyond, yeah, that's, I mean, best case scenario for him in that situation. Net some card draw. Damage wasn't going through anyways. We're playing our Wraithcaller. We're hoping for Alliance to trigger, which, when you summon this creature, it gets its allegiance bonus if the top card of your deck matches its region. So we're looking for a shadow card on top. If so, he's going to spawn a Mist Wraith. So we get the trigger. We're looking really good. Man, I got to get an elusive on the board so I can get this quest done. Right now, I'm feeling like we pretty much locked this game down. Our main focus is going to be to get Shadow Assassin on the board and get a Nexus hit so that we can get this quest done. And when we do, we're going to start playing some Jinx Draven, which I'm really excited about. I have no experience playing it. I hear it's a hard deck to pilot, but we'll give it a shot. We got the attack token. Shadow Assassin's coming down. We got to remember to attack with Shadow Assassin first, because if we swing with everything, kill the Nexus, and Shadow Assassin doesn't get attacked, it's all for nothing. So, Shadow Assassin first. He's got no way to block it. No mana to stop us. And we're going to swing with everything. And that's game. That's game. So as long as he doesn't surrender before attack goes through, we're going to wrap today's quest up, and that's an easy. It's not an easy. It's 1,000 XP, but it's been a nightmare. It really has been. And will it be enough? He's got enough to block. Trades are looking pretty decent. I'll take it. I'll take it. And this guy has a really interesting deck. So it's not your traditional Noxus, Shadow, Spider, Aggression. It's some kind of like, it looks like it's built around the Undying. So this guy actually, turn 9, we may have to be looking at a board wipe. This is a really, really interesting deck that I'm not used to seeing. But if I was gonna guess, if this guy is so far, this guy's been playing around the Undying, which every time it dies, it's gonna respawn with a +1/+1 counter. So the point is to stall the game until these creatures get big enough. He's gonna board wipe me and then swing for game. So we gotta watch turn 9. Is what I'm saying. Turn 9, we gotta look out for. Interesting. Arachnoid Sentry comes down whenever it's played. Stun an enemy. He's going to stun our Hapless Aristocrat. All things considered, probably smart. He can assume that's going to be my go-to blocker. We are going to Glimpse Beyond. We're going to kill Hapless Aristocrat before it's stunned, drawing us 2 cards and then freeing us up a creature to block with. And looking at turn 7, and I'm getting used to this card, Rasa the Sunderer. So whenever you play it, kill the 2 weakest enemies if an ally died this round. So what I should have done, saved the mana, or allowed 3 mana to roll over to next round, so that I would have 3 mana in storage. I would have 7 mana to play a creature. I would kill one of my creatures with my spell mana, play Rasa, kill 2 of theirs, and then I'd be able to swing through with a little more damage. So that's a misplay. Again, I'm getting used to this deck, specifically this new edition of Rasa the Sunderer. Really powerful card if used properly. So we're just going to clean out our hand. We really don't have much. We don't have any use in saving our mana. Next turn, we're going to be playing a Hecarim. Easy enough. Chump block. Quest has already been completed, so I don't need Shadow Assassin. I mean, it probably wouldn't hurt. Here's what we're going to do. We're just going to clean this board up. We're going to clean the board up. That way when we drop Hecarim, we got a clean board. We're going to have to wait and see what he plays. But at the very least, we have 2 damage going through. And if he drops a blocker, we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage going through. So I'm feeling pretty good. This may be the last play of the game here. Let's see what he's got. A Vengeance would stall it. It looks like he might have it. Brood Awakening. Okay, so he's got enough. He's got enough blockers now to survive another turn. Again, if we make it to turn 9, we're looking at Ruination, which is going to board wipe, and then set up the Undying for an easy. Right now, six damage. So we have to be really careful now to not overextend, because he's just stalling at this point. He's just stalling. So we have potentially 4 damage going through. Wait. No. 3 damage. We're going to have 3 damage go through. If this guy lays out his blockers like I'm assuming he's going to. Interesting. Yep, okay. 3 damage. Hecarim still got 1 more attack left in him, hopefully. We are going into 8, 9, 10. So he does have enough for Ruination. Ideally, he would have wanted to do it on the previous turn. So I don't think that he has it in hand. Otherwise, that would have been his play. All right, so we're going to hold off on Rasa. 8. We're going to pass because I may need Glimpse Beyond if we need to block. Yep. So we're going to chump the 5. And then honestly, we'll just take the 1 because I don't want to risk any shenanigans. Some burst spell coming through and killing Hecarim. So we are going to block Glimpse the Beyond. So we'll negate the 5 damage and we'll net ourselves 2 cards. And now one of our creatures has died, which will allow us to play Rasa, which, when played, kills the 2 weakest enemies if an ally died this round. Interesting. Right now we have lethal. I don't know what. I'm going to pass it back to him. I'm going to hope that he plays something here. There's the Ruination. So it's good that we didn't overextend, which is what he was waiting for. We played our hand nice. We're going to play Rasa now. It's going to kill his Spiderling, and we're looking at a win. Potentially. Right now, I think Vengeance is his only way out. So we're going to swing. His creature can't block. If he has no Vengeance, that's a win. That's a win. That's a quest completed, and then we get to jump into our Draven. That's a win. Good plays. All right, so we get to jump into our Draven Jinx deck, which again I have no experience piloting. I hear it's a very complicated deck to navigate. And would you look at that? We unlocked a Demacia champion pack. Capsule, that's what they call them. So let's see what we got. Champion Capsule. We're hoping for Garen or a wild card. Fiora, okay. Standalone back-to-back. Radiant Guardian. Bright Steel Formation. We'll take a Fiora. There's actually some competitive decks right now built around Fiora and Shen. The idea is to keep Fiora alive long enough to transform her, then kill 4 units, and then you win the game. It sounds very, very complicated. 3 rares, an epic, and a champion. And for anybody in channel who's looking at the most effective way to play this game for free, best way that I've found is to go through each individual clan, I guess you would call them, or nation, and we're going to level each one up 4 at a time. So for me, I started with Shadows, the Shadow Isles, and then I moved to Noxus because those were the 2 decks that I was playing the most in the beginning. For me, they had the strongest cards that the game started you with. So I leveled up Shadow Isles to 4. I hopped over to Nexus, activated, and then I leveled up Noxus to 4, and then rinse, repeat. And then from there I went to like Ionia, leveled it up to 4, Fjord, and then after I got 4 with every nation, I went back and I leveled it up the same way. So I went another 4, changed regions, another 4, changed regions. And what that's done is it's given me a ton of wild cards to build now what I would consider competitive decks. Alright, so let's hop into play. I think actually we're going to do some rank too. We've been doing just normal play. We're going to do, let's see, Draven Jinx. We're going to do ranked. Let's see how we do. And again, this is my first time playing this deck. This apparently complicated deck. Let's see how it goes. All right. So we're looking for some early game threat. Boom Crew rookie. Doesn't get much better than that. We got a little bit of removal with Get Excited. We have nothing to discard with it. We're going to take a gamble. We're going to get rid of our 6-drop, 4-drop. We pick up the Jinx. Okay. So we have our discard fodder. Anytime that we play Get Excited, it asks or requires us to discard 1 card. But then we're able to deal 3 damage to anything. So we have cards in here that, when cast or discarded, grant you the effect. So very, very powerful interaction. Skip the block. Nothing we can do about that. 1 damage, no big deal. We're going to play Boom Crew Rookie, which is a 2-drop with a 1/4 body, which is a very good stat line with the ability that every time you attack, deal 2 damage to the enemy nexus. So we're just basically getting chump damage, or chip damage on the nexus. Okay, we've got no play. Pass turn. Let's see what we draw. We have 3 mana. Oh, I like that. Okay. Alright, I'm going to swing. Alright, okay. Boom. That's 2 damage to the nexus. Chump block, that's fine. We expected that. Now we're hoping to bait out a 3-drop. That's not really what we want to see, but that'll work. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I want to try to be as efficient as possible. So I can carry over 3 unused mana for spell mana. Any unspent mana will be carried over up to 3 to the next round. So right now we have a total of 4. We got to use 1 up. I'm going to play the Jury Rig. That'll give us a 1/1 creature. Nothing too special. We're going to pass. Carry over the 3 mana. And basically, I'm looking to see something a little more valuable to play Get Excited on. Again, we're trying to be as efficient as possible. Sometimes I can be a little too efficient, overthink things, but we'll see what happens here. Next turn, we're looking at playing Jinx, so we want to try to get as many of these cards out of our hand as possible. Rummage is going to help with that too if Jinx manages to stick on the board. What's this guy going to do? Come on, man. Come on, man. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. He may have even surrendered. He's out. Opponent passes. We get a free turn. I like that. We're going to play. What are we going to play? End round. Okay. He didn't attack. Oh, wait. What? He didn't have the attack token. All right. We're good. Back on track. Let's see if this guy's here. He's got the attack token. Okay, we can assume that maybe he got disconnected, which is fine. A win's a win. Especially in competitive. We're going to play the Jinx. No, we're not. End round. I could just end the round. Whatever. I'm going to do Get Excited. We are going to discard Vision. I'm going to take out a 2-drop. We're going to pass it back to him, see if he wants to play anything. Opponent's turn. Yeah, I'm thinking this guy may have AFK'd. Or disconnected. Nope, nope. Yep. He's back. He's back. And see, that's what I was saving the Get Excited for, something like that. But 3/4, it's going to be kind of hard to deal with. We can play a Jinx. He's got 2 mana in reserve. I'm not really worried about him doing anything with that. Looking at his regions being Fjord and Ionia. I'm not, off the top of my head, I'm not really thinking of any direct removal. All right. Okay, so we're looking at dumping our hand right now so that we can transform Jinx. We're probably going to do the Boom Crew. The Boom Crew rookie. See what he plays. That's a card. That is a card. Alright, again, this is where the deck gets a little complicated. I don't think we're going to be able to transform Jinx this turn. Not really. So, oh man. That lifesteal, man, that's going to be scary. That's going to be scary. I don't know, actually, I don't know how to deal with that. So here's what we're doing. We're attacking with everything. We're looking at 2/4 damage to the Nexus. We could assume that he was going to block Jinx with the Hearthguy guard, and then we're going to do a transfusion, deal 1 damage to one of our guys, and then give +2/+2 to our Jinx, which if, okay, We're in good shape. We are in good shape. So here's my play. Nothing I can do about this right here. So we're hoping that life gain, man. Okay, so we're hoping that we can play our Augmented Experimenter. When played, deal 3 damage to an enemy. If it resolves, we're going to discard our hand. Wow, okay. So we're going to discard our hand. Trigger Jinx, which card text says that whenever... here we go. When your hand is empty, she'll level up. And then we'll draw 3 cards on top of that. I was really expecting to see a counterspell. I forget what it's called. A counterspell from Ionia. You can almost assume they always are running a 3 of, but we did not. So I'm going to... Do I want to rummage? I suppose not really. So we're not going to rummage. There's no need to right now. We're looking for something a little better than what we have, but we'll see if we can draw into anything next turn. We may have some better options for discard. And in the meantime, we're just going to wait and see what this guy's going to do. I missed that. I think he played the Babbling Bajurk. Zhurg, the Babbling Zhurg. Alright. Pass. Alright, so we are going into turn 7. Okay. Man, this Jinx ability. So the start of the round, she nets you an additional card. So you normally draw the card, but at the start of the round, when Jinx is leveled up, she draws you an additional card. And the first time you empty your hand each round, we're going to create a fleeting super mega death rocket, which deals 4 to the Nexus and then 1 to all enemies. So our goal right now is going to be to just dump our hand. So we're going to drop the Draven. Draven is going to create a spinning axe, which is huge. To play it's 0 cost to play discard 1, which helps empty our hand, and then we give an ally +1/+0 this round. So let's see. And we have Vision. Whenever it's discarded, all of our allies get +1/+0. So we're actually in a really good spot. That hurts. So this dude is going to stun 2 enemies. Okay. Player strike, create a spinning axe. Okay. So that kind of changes things a little bit. The goal is still to empty our hand. Nothing we can do. We're going to let that happen. Jinx and Draven are stunned. They're not going to be able to attack this round. We're going to play Legion Rearguard. Man, this is a really weird spot. We are going to rummage and discard Vision. And spinning axe to see what we draw. Good. Not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we actually have a full board, so there's nothing. Oh my God. Boom. So these Flame Chompers, they're 2-drops, 0/2s with Challenger. They're just basically for getting giant creatures out of the way like this guy, so that our other creatures with more attack can swing through. Good trade. I'm happy with that. I would imagine he's going to put Omen Hawk up against Legion Rearguard. That's going to be a trade where both creatures die. Really? So he's not willing to let go of all his creatures for some reason. Interesting. Okay. And what this tells me also, if he's willing to save a 2/2, I don't have to worry. Well, if he's willing to save his 2/2s and his 1/1s, I can almost assume that he doesn't have, I forget what it's called. It's a 4-drop that deals 2 damage to all creatures. So if he's willing to save these creatures, I can just assume that he does not have that card. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. Alright, so we could Rummage, which would create a Super Mega Death Rocket, but then we wouldn't have... We would. So we are going to Rummage. We'll have 2 mana left over to create our Fleeting, which means that at the end of the turn, if we don't use it, it will disappear. But to create our Fleeting Super Mega Death Rocket, that's 4 damage to Nexus and 1 damage to all creatures. Very, very, very powerful card. And we actually managed to get quite a few damage through last round. Surprisingly, I did not think we were going to get that much through. He did not block the way that I assumed that he would. And we're looking good. We have quite a bit of direct Nexus damage in hand. If we're looking at Legion Grenadiers, which are dealing 2 damage to the enemy Nexus when they die. Man, he just cashed out all of his money or his mana with Tryndamere. Not too scary. Not yet, at least. We're on the defense. Man, I would really like to have one of these guys out. Legion Grenadier. So we can block with Legion Grenadier, negate 8 damage, and then deal 2 damage to the Nexus. It's pretty great. Pretty great. So Tryndamere with Overwhelm, any excess damage over our toughness that he deals is going to deal 1 damage to the Nexus. So we're looking for something with the most toughness. And right now, I'm not really willing to give up Draven or Jinx. There's no need. So I'm going to use the Bomb Crew Rookie. I'm fine with that. And actually, we're going to do Brothers Bond to get a little bit more damage through. We'll pick up the Tryndamere kill, which will just level him up, and now we're looking at a 9/9. But it also puts Yone Windchaser in lethal range next turn. I really like our position right now. I'm feeling pretty good. 4 damage to the Nexus, almost guaranteed next turn. And he's at 6. So we are going to, oh yeah, we're in a good spot. We're going to drop Legion Grenadier. And again, when Legion Grenadier dies, we're going to deal 2 damage to the enemy Nexus. And we have a tool in our hand, Transfusion, that deals 1 damage to an ally, which will kill our Legion Grenadier. Ooh, ho, ho, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? 6, 7, 8. Alright, we can do it all. So, we are going to attack. Cannot lose Jinx. Going to attack. He's going to have to block. We're going to lose Draven. That's okay. He's done his work. Actually, okay, so we're going to transfuse. We're going to lose this guy anyway, so we're going to transfuse. Deal 1 damage to him. He's dead anyways. Gain 2/2 on our scrap trawler. That's 3 damage going through. Now all we have to do is empty our hand. Which, as long as he doesn't have a counterspell, no big deal. If he does, we're actually in pretty big trouble. We're actually in big trouble. Anivia coming down. That'll eat up some mana, but he still has enough for a counterspell if he has it in hand. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And it resolves. We are looking good. We can assume that if he didn't counterspell that he does not have a counterspell in hand, which, my friends, and that's the Shin, the bow, the nod of respect. He's a humble man in victory and a humble man in defeat. Bebel D. Raka. It's been an honor. It's been a privilege. Ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful game that was. I love this deck. A lot of fun to play. Real quick, I'm gonna walk you guys through the deck list, and then I think that's gonna be it for today. I would say that it's been a lot of fun. It's been a successful stream. So yeah, we'll run through this deck list, and then I'll call it a stream. So we got our Draven Jinx. Pretty cheap to put together. You do need the three Dravens, the 3 Jinxes. Riot is gracious enough to start us off with 2 Jinxes. So you'll need 3 Dravens, 1 Jinx, and then the rest we're just kind of looking at mostly uncommons, greens, or sorry, mostly common green, and then a few uncommons. We're gonna run 3 Jury Rigs, 2 Legion Rearguard, 3 Rummage, 3 Boom Crew Rookie, 3 Brothers Bond, 3 Flame Chompers, 3 Legion Grenadier, 2 Transfusion. And the more I see this card interact with the deck, I love this card. Really a good way to make good out of a bad situation. Draven, of course, is going to fuel our discard. Is also going to give us value with giving our creatures more attack. Really good card. Interacts really well with the deck. Get excited, 3 of. That's an easy 3 of. This card is so good in this deck. To play discard 1, deal 3 to anything. So you can even deal direct damage to the Nexus, which makes this card a really good finisher. And then also a good way to kind of like maintain the board mid-game. Vision, this card is great whenever it's cast or discarded. And there's the caveat there. Whenever it's discarded, you grant all of your allies +1/+0. And that's permanently too. That's not just until the end of the round. Very, very strong card. The Chump Wump. This 4-drop 4/4 when I'm summoned, create 2 Mushroom Clouds. And really the only reason I can imagine that this deck would want Mushroom Clouds is so that we have things to discard, so that we're not discarding our important cards in a pinch. So makes sense. Probably one of the least exciting cards in the deck, but I feel right now in its current state it's necessary. And then Augmented Experimenter. This card is so good. And this is going to be your 3 of epic. So this is the only epic card in the deck. 6-drop 3/3, pretty pitiful stats, but the effect is pretty amazing. Discard your hand, draw 3. Boom. So we trigger just there. We trigger our and then deal 3 to the enemy unit. So just there, we discard our hand. Oftentimes we're going to be triggering our Jinx level up. we're going to net 3 cards, and then we're going to deal 3 to an enemy unit. So we're going to shift board state, we're going to gain card advantage, and then also we're going to level up our Jinx, which oftentimes seems to be our win condition because of her super mega death rockets. Very, very powerful card. So again, everybody who tuned in today, thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate it. I could not do this without all of you. We are Okala. I'll see y'all next time. Thank you.